Okay, here we are, and it appears that my new computer is working fine. We are here. We are ready to go. It looks like we have very few people in the chat currently, which means we're going to wait for just a little while to see that other people can see that we're here and come in and take a look at what we've got going on. We have a 1964 Philadelphia mint seal bag here. We're going to open it up and give everybody a pair apiece during the show, and then everybody who has already paid up for more pairs will get them picked out directly after the show. Get my lighting and everything ready. I think I've got everything else done. We're going to go ahead and cut the bag because this is a good time for us to be able to show that the bag is original. Not ever unsealed or unstitched. Let's see. I did forget to bring scissors to the cause, but I can do this with clippers. That's right, clippers can cut. Let's see here. Cut it on the single stitch side. That is cut. Oop. And here we go. Get this pulled out here. I may be doing this from the wrong end. I think I'm doing it from the wrong end. Let me try it from this end. Because if you do it just right, these things will zipper straight open. There's that. And should be able to pull this from right there. There we go. And it just zippers right open. There we go. Sent messages to a few people letting them know maybe we might want to do I think we might want to do an email to all. Or are we just going to go ahead and do it?
I think we should do it. It says there's 11 people watching.
11 people watching. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Now, that is the unsealing of the bag. Here is the opening of the bag. We have what appears to be all red 1964 uncirculated Lincoln cents there. And I have promised a certain gentleman that I would pull rolls for him prior to going through these at a price. I need something large enough to hold 7 rolls.
7 rolls.
Yeah. Here, I'll do it right here. Since I'm not going to use this for anything else. It's probably 1.5, 3. That's going to be about 7 rolls-ish, I think, right? They look like about 7 rolls. We'll roll 7 rolls up out of that. Now, time to get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to this screen so that we can see what goes under the microscope and we can see this right here. I'm going to go ahead and lay out a few of these so everybody knows what order we're kind of going in here. So there's my first 3 pairs of coins that I'm pulling out for now. I'm going to pull out 2 coins, put them on there, and let me see. I'm going to have to do some focus work. Hang on. A little bit of focus work, a little bit of lighting work, and now we are ready to go. Let's see what we have here. First coin, first pull, mint sealed bag. Looking to see if we have any doubled eyelids, looking for bar L's, looking for doubling in God We Trust. looking carefully to be sure we're not missing anything. And I don't see anything missed. I still have Eric in office. Eric is still here. He hasn't done anything yet to get my wife to kick him out of the house. So he's still here. But only until tomorrow morning, where he heads home to take care of his home, his family, his dog. Two of them. All right. Looked at the obverse on that one. Let's take a look at the obverse on the other coin from this pair. And see what we might possibly see. Let's see. What is this? Let me zoom in on that and take a really good look at it. It could be something of some importance, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, we've got a die crack running across the eye area, but we have a bulge down here, and this bulge does not appear, really, to perfectly match the size or angle of an eyelid, so...
Plus it looks like a vinyl scratch running above it, too.
Yeah.
Mickey and Jackalope want to know if they can get in.
Mickey and Jackalope both want in. Mickey, how many pairs would you like? And Jackalope, how many pairs would you like? We'll get you both involved here. I have some extra cards right up there, and I can just put them in holders that I already have here. Jackalope had asked for 2. Mickey wants 5. It's going to be... What was the price on those?
I got it up.
You got it up? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the one sheet. It says...
$2.50? Is it?
Oh,
Or is it $1 something?
this says $5. I think this is something different.
It is something different.
Yeah, I don't have it up.
You don't have it up? Okay, it's going to be in the Coin Night Live auction sheet. And it's going to be... Hang on a second. I'll find it. We got it.
Jackalope wants 2. Mickey wants 5.
Oh, you know what? I've already taken that sheet down, I think. Hang on a second. Yeah, I took that sheet down.
Why don't you add it to like 219?
Well, because I don't know how much it was. I have to go back and look to find out how much it was. Hang on a second. Let me go back to... Let me go to this sheet. Hang on a second. We'll figure this out. No big deal at all. It says that this is such an old sale. I don't have my information up here right now for it. So, let's see. Reveal shipped. Let me slide down to the bottom here. And... You know what? This is a reveal, dummy. Reveals are listed separately, which is why I can't find it. RS87. Nope, not in this one. What did I do here? Let's see. 88. There it is, 1964, $2.50 a pair. $2.50 a pair is what these are. And what do we got? Let's see. Where's my sheet? Okay, no, I'm only doing it like this. They get 1 card, and then the number goes in here. Right. So Mickey gets 5?
Yes, and Jackalope gets 2.
Okay. Mickey for 5.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. And Jackalope for 2. It's just a matter of being able to do 1 flip insert for each person by name, and then copy that by the number they've got. So, let's see. Wouldn't you know it, I happen to have extra ones made just in case this happened. There's one for Jackalope right there. And we're going to put that in the pack here. And then we're going to make one for Mickey.
Jackalope wants 4 pair now.
Wants 4 pair? Okay.
Yeah.
There's one for Mickey.
Eric made
With
wants
5 pair. Eric wants 10?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Let me change Jackalope to 4. We'll bill you for these after the show. But let me change Jackalope to 4. And I'm going to need another one of those blanks for Eric.
It wasn't too bad. It was about a foot of water, Eric. They did close the beach road, but the other part of Inglewood's pretty good. Hey, farm dog.
All right, we're going to get Eric taken care of here. And he wanted 10. Okay. I've got him there for 10. And can include it for him here. There we go. Eric made for 10. All right. So that's what we have now. Got these guys in there. We're ready to go. Let me rock and roll with this. 75 in pennies. Still looking at the first coin, or the second coin actually. The obverse of the second coin appears to be normal. Keep looking. What we're really, really hoping for here is that we find DDO number 1, or DDR number 1, I'm sorry, double die reverse number 1.
My new favorite.
And that we find hundreds of them. That would be like stupid cool. A couple of other things we need to be watching for. There is doubling that shows next to the I and the N of in. This is not one of them. Sometimes doubling shows on the top of the crosslet bar of the 4. That's also something we don't have on this coin. Let me check the other one to be sure that we don't have any of that on the other one. No, we don't. So we are done with the obverse on these 2 coins. We're going to flip them over and take a look at the other side and see what we end up with. Bunches and bunches of double dice exist. I always look at them upside down, not only for luck, but also because they're easier to see upside down. What we're looking for is an extension of the bottoms of the letters of cent and maybe doubled initials, and neither is the case with this particular coin. So we're ready to move on to the other coin, which is right here, and we're going to go around and take a look at everything on this one and see if we can find anything doubled. And we do not. So nothing with the first pair here. And that's going to be 75 in pennies, baby. Move Farm Dog and Carl up so we know who's on deck. Baseball term. Who's next? Gesundheit. And we're going to pull one down. It's going to be Paul Hampton. So Farm Dog comes next. I'm going to grab a pair of coins out of here for Farm Dog. And we're going to put them on the plate under the scope here. Here's the first coin. We're going to take a look at it and see what we've got here. A little bit of a die clash. On the obverse, I can see a column poking through there. That right there is a little bitty piece of a column poking through. Or a column bay, actually. Not that it has much of any value by itself, but it is kind of cool, and it makes a decent marker sometimes when you're trying to find some part of a particular double die. Don't have anything else showing on this one as a marker or doubling on the obverse. Not the most wonderful condition coin, but sometimes bags work out that way. Let's look at the obverse of the other coin. And it looks like I don't happen to have anything here either. So, wait a minute. What is that? Is that a bar L? Yeah, probably not. I'm going to err on the side of caution here. Pass this over to Eric. Let him take it home, look it up under a scope, and see what he says. I don't think it's one that would be listed. Let's look at the reverse on these coins and see what we have. The most exciting side as far as I'm concerned. Because if we find the right stuff in this, we could be swimming in cash. Not that one. Let's check the next one. See what it says. Okay. I'll look for the doubling. If I find it, I'll show you what I found, and I'll show you how I found it. And then we'll keep looking for them together. Right now, I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any evidence of anything on here that is doubled. And I don't see anything on this coin. So both of these also are free and clear of any die varieties. So that is for Farm Dog. Next up, we're going to go to Carl. And Paula's on deck. And Bethel Ann is on the better's box.
Let me see Farm Dog's coin. Double check one thing on that one.
Okay. Get these on the bar. Okay, first coin for Carl is this one right here. I'm not seeing anything particular so far. It is a better condition coin than a couple of the others we've seen so far, so we may have a little bit of promise for condition. These are late die state, so that makes them a little more difficult to find anything on. There's a nice die crack right there. Let's check the other coin. The other coin also has what appears to be a die crack. Let me check and see here real quick. No, that's a hit on the coin. So let's keep checking around and see what we find. If there's any doubling on here. What'd you figure out on that one? Probably.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. Okay. So Farm Dog's coin that I thought could be a bar L is not. Okay, next up, reverse time. Reverse, 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 however you want to say it. The backside. Is that better? The backside. Looks like I don't see anything here either. And so we move on to the other coin. Now, some people might think that in a sealed bag you should expect to find much more than you find in a roll, but here is the secret with sealed bags. Sealed bags don't have any more different die pairs typically than a roll will have, because a roll is merely 1/100th of a sealed bag. Generally, they are all rolled together. So if you've got 10 different dies in a roll, then you probably got 10 different dies in the bag that produced the roll. And so if we have 10 different die pairs in this, once we get finished with this show, we will probably more or less know all the different die pairs that are in this bag. Don't have to check and try to memorize things and figure things out with regard to whether this is an original roll, because, well, it is. It's a bag full of original rolls, 100 rolls to a bag. Mickey will be the one coming up on deck. Wait a minute. That's printed that way. Mickey, what did Mickey get this time around? Because he's already counted.
5.
5?
How many was in there?
Yeah, Mickey, you already had 5.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I looked at the sheet and assumed that was what I saw in there was that.
No, it's okay. I'll take Mickey's new 5 out because he's already got 5. Unless he wants 10, then we could do 5 twice. But knowing Mickey, he just wants the 5. I actually don't have the chat up and can't really see what's going on. I probably should. Let's see. You'll take the other 2? Okay. We'll stick it back in the stack. There we go. Okay, Paul. His 2 coins come up next. There you do that? No, I didn't. Okay, Paul. Paul Hampton. Hope Paul's doing well. Let's see what we have for obverses. Paul Hampton. 2 obverses coming up for Paul Hampton. Then we'll do 2 reverses for Paul Hampton. These coins appear to have had just a bit of a planchet wash issue, where when the planchets were washed prior to striking, they still had just a little bit of soap on them. And the wash that they used to wash that soap off did not come completely clean off the coin. Thus, we end up with coins that have a little bit of what we call spider veining on them, which is this little slightly darker brown stuff that you can see in different areas around. We got nothing on that coin. We had nothing on our first coin. So we're flipping to the reverse. See if we can find anything worthwhile there. I'll turn these around so they're easier to deal with. Not seeing any doubling on this one. Appreciate it, Farm Dog. Thanks for coming around. We will definitely be here long enough to get this finished, which I don't even know exactly how long that's going to be. I don't see any doubling on either one of these 2 coins. So I'll get these put away for Paul. Next up, Bethel N. Mickey is on deck. And Jackalope. I already had 2 for you in here. I think you guys are thinking of the 89 bag that you hadn't yet been included in. Alright, so Bethel Ann now. Bethel Ann gets these 2 coins. Now, all of your other pairs are going to be drawn out of the bag just like these are. I'm not looking at any of these additional coins with any kind of microscope or anything else. They come straight out of the bag, straight into a flip, straight to your house. Had a show in Dahlonega, or not Dahlonega, in Dalton, Georgia over the weekend.
Good times.
Good times were had by all. It was a nice show. Had a live that some of you saw. That
A lot of people saw it, over 3,000 hits.
Over 3,000 watchers on that. That was just amazing. It was a sort of kind of birthday party and sort of kind of just a hangout. It was on my birthday a couple of days ago. I am now officially older. Yeah, that works.
64 from Jackalope.
4 total on the 64 from Jackalope. Okay. This is actually an early dice date. That's a little bit different, I guess, for 64 because, well, we don't often see early dice date coming out here.
That's good.
But this is a pretty nice looking early dice date. Unfortunately, I don't see any doubling on it. So no doubling there. Let's see what we have over here. Now, this one's a little bit later dice date. And no doubling on this little guy either, unfortunately. Okay. So that does it for those. That's Bethel Ann's first pair. She got 20 pair altogether. We will finish those off camera. Alright. Now, it's going to be Mickey, Jackalope on deck, and Richard in the batter's box. So we got Mickey coming up. His first out of these 5 is right here. Let's see. That is a bar L. I'm pretty sure that's a bar L.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it pointed the right direction.
I think that is a bar
Yeah.
L.
Really shiny little nub on the bottom of the L.
What's the 4 do?
Right here. That is an extra bar that is part of a secondary upper, which tells us this is a Class 8 double die. Class 8 being a tilted hub double die. There is a very tiny flag on the top of the 4 right here that shows just a little bit more doubling. And this one actually has, looks like a little tiny bit of doubling on the left side of the last T of trust. And not enough to count on the left side of the other T, and this is normally where you see all your doubling, is on those 4 areas. So this is a double die. It's a very minor double die. But there it is. That's what it is. There you go, Eric. Take a look at it like that. Definitely a nice little bar on the L there.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the obverse of the other coin. This is the other coin in this pair. And we don't have a bar on that L. Of course, we can't expect one on every L, but we probably also minus the little flag, which we don't list by itself. Well, this one has, has nothing there. No little flag, no I, or maybe, wait a minute, see what we have here. Okay, no I. No doubling on the I. No doubling on the T's. So this is normal. This one is normal. The other one, minor double die. This one is normal. What do you want to see it again?
Just pass it to me when you're done with that flip.
Oh, I have to flip the coins over first. We have to look at the reverses. This is the non-double die obverse. This is the plain obverse, the regular one. And the reverse looks plain as well. Looks like it is not a double die reverse. Let's move over and take a look at the other coin. This one has the bar L on the obverse. And it appears normal by all accounts on the reverse. I want to flip this over one more time and get us a marker for memory. So we see another little bar L.
Is there a die scratch on
Oh, this is not the bar L. This one is. Wait a minute. What's going on here? There it is. Okay, does it have a what?
Die scratch under the R?
Oh, what direction?
Southwest. Don't see it.
There's one that runs almost due south out of the bottom of the R right here.
That might be it. I'll take a peek at it when I get it over here.
Okay, there are die scratches on this that will help us. There is a rather long and steady die scratch going north and southwest of the 1. Goes out in front of the chin. So we'll call that for the marker that we're going to use in identifying future examples of this particular die. That'll help us enough to let us know that that's what we're looking at. And there it is again for everyone to see. That little bar underneath the L, that little stick underneath the L, is the bar L. I'm going to put it in the flip first. This one goes to Mickey. I'm going to put it in the flip first. So it's going to be the bottom coin in the holder. just so that we all understand one another. It's this coin, the bottom coin in the holder. There you go. It's the bottom one. All right, Jackalope. Up next, Richard is on deck. Coins and ghouls in the batter's box. And let's see what we got coming on next. No, the bar L is Mickey's coin. So we had something that appeared could possibly be a bar L on a different coin. I think that was for Farm Dog, and we decided that was not a bar L. First coin here appears to be a normal 1964 Lincoln cent, and this one has a lot of that little spider veining issue that we talk about. Basically soap stain on the planchet that came onto that planchet prior to it being minted into a coin. Second coin is like that as well. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the first coin again? I am. I was looking at the first coin twice. This one's not as bad. Not as bad. So there we have the obverse of both coins viewed. Now we need to start hitting some double die reverses, folks. This is about that time where we need to start stinging the stage with good stuff. Because we're starting to run dry. One bar L so far. Let's take a look at the second reverse here. Yeah. Got nothing special for you here. Nothing special on this particular pair. So it's going to be Jackalope's first pair. Got 3 in this particular bunch. So I think that's what it says. Is that what it said? No, it said 2. Sorry. That's 2. Richard is at bat. Coins and ghouls on deck. Josh in the batter circle. And here we go. Richard. Mint seal bag, boys and girls, straight from the mint, unsewn or unstitched right here in front of your very eyes. And here we go. What do we got? Yeah, I got nothing on that one on the obverse. Let's check the other obverse. Okay, got nothing over there. And let's keep looking around the obverse. Nothing. Got nothing for the obverse of these coins. Let's take a look at the reverse side. I'm still very hopeful. We haven't been through enough coins to even scratch the surface on what could actually be in here. Nice earlier die state reverse. It's not quite the same as the other one, which was actually early die state. This one is early mid die state. You can tell by that slightly lighter outline around the tops of the letters here in America. That is the beginning to die wear, and it is flaking of the surface of steel on the die. Creates these little lines, and these little lines are what we call die flow lines. And the number of those, length of them, and how much they destroyed the design on the die tells us how many strikes, approximately, that die has had before our coin was struck. And what it's telling me is that we've had 5 to 10,000 strikes. And if you look at that in a chart published by Delma Romines in a book a number of years ago, it'll tell you that means it's mid-die state. Up to, what is it, about 30%? About 20-30% of all coins struck are mid-die state or earlier. Coins and Ghouls comes up to being at bat, Josh in the batter's box, and Sureg. Actually, Josh is on deck, and Sureg is in the batter's box. And let's see what we have coming up here for Coins and Ghouls. All right, looks like we have a little flag on the top of the crosslet of the 4, which means this could be our bar L, and it appears not to be because our markers near the 1 are different, but it could be a different bar L. So let's just keep our eyes peeled and see what we see. Getting around to it slowly. I'm trying to get around to it, period. There it is. Okay. I lost things there for a minute. My marbles was gone. Now I found them again. Let's see here. Nope. No bar. So we have nothing on that obverse. Let's take a look at the other obverse. We're going to be looking at the L first. No bar there. So we keep heading around the corner to see what we see what we might have. And this one is actually the same die we just looked at. So 2 coins of the same die come out, or the same die pair. And so we look at the reverses. The most exciting side anyway. There are over 20 different reverses known for Mint State 1964 double die reverses. There's a whole bunch more for the proofs, but you can't get proof double dies on a Mint State die. Just doesn't happen. See what we do here. And looks like both coins provide us a big giant fat goose egg. So in Coins and Ghouls, flip they will go. I think, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to change the direction I'm pushing these. I think what we're going to do is Josh is now at bat, Sureg on deck, and Dan will be in the batter's box, and they'll move down as we go. So the person on the bottom is the one I'm actually doing at this point, and that is going to be Josh. Let's get his pair out. That didn't sound right. And suddenly we're laughing at ourselves. Hey, look at this. What is this? Nope. Thought for a second we might have something going on here. Or do we? No, that's the same thing Farm Dog had, isn't it?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, it's just not enough. It doesn't have enough character. Got nothing there. See the extra thin one? Some people think that's something special, but it really isn't. That just means that the die has been polished in that area, and it removed the lower relief of the 1. As you remove relief from behind, your letters become thinner because they're beveled. They're like a trapezoid. Think about a trapezoid, one of those things an elephant stands on at the circus. If you start sawing the pieces off of it from the bottom, the overall diameter of your trapezoid gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's what's happening here. And I am attempting to find, there we go, the other coin. And that one, about the same. Has nothing on it. Let's flip these guys over and take a look at them. I always like looking at the reverse upside down because it makes it easier to detect the more common types of doubling, which generally affect the outside edge of the overall design. Excuse me. And not getting far with these. Kind of sort of hope for better than what we're getting, but You never know. You got to open the bag to find out. All right. Next up, Sureg. Dan is on deck, and in the batter's box is Malcolm. Sureg, you're at bat. Let's go see what you get. 2 coins on the tray for Sureg. Here's the first one. Not much. Just your everyday average 1964 Lincoln Cent. Let's take a look at the obverse of the other one and see if we do any better. And that one doesn't have anything on the L. That tells me that we have a little bit of an issue here. Is that not the die scratch we were looking at to mark the L?
It was.
And why do we not have a bar L? We might actually. It looks like it may have a soap stain over it.
It is. It's there. It's just a little poke out, and it's not listed. It's definitely here.
But I don't think this is the same.
Oh, look at that.
Do you have on that one? Do you have a rooster comb coming up off the top of the R in Liberty? Let me get it back upside down so we can see it again. That right there.
No, there's a north-south die scratch that connects the top loop to the leg, though. Then it's pretty heavy. It's not the same.
It's not the same die. Okay. Not the same die, even though we have an extremely similar marker. That can be confusing. All right, let's flip these little boys over and see what happens on the other side. So hoping for the major double die, and I'll tell you what, they are so uncommon. You can't plan on finding them, but you can always hope, right? Okay, this one has nothing. Let's see about this one. Okay, got nothing there either. So, both of these coins are ones that we consider normal. They go to Sureg. Whose pay are we docking here? Because if we're docking my pay, I'm going to dock my time to compensate for the dock and pay. And so this broadcast could end abruptly. Not saying anything, but we got Sissy. Sissy is now in the batter's box. Malcolm on deck. And Dan up to bat. Let's see what Dan gets. Okay. First reverse, or first obverse, I'm sorry. The first side of a coin. That's interesting. That's probably a hit. That crossel to that 4 stands up taller than it should.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's doubling or if it's just a hit. A lot of times when you have doubling on the crossel of the 4, you're going to have doubling also on the left side of the T, and I don't see that.
Sometimes the L too.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the L that's affected with the bar L. So we will look there as well and find nothing. So it's probably damage on the 4.
Yeah, it looks like it's been...
Oh, yeah, it's been hit. It's been flattened. Yeah, been flattened out. That's what that is. Oh, what do we have here? That's just a stain on the bottom of the L. Little tiny skinny one. Look at that. That's just because of die polishing. Probably to remove clash marks. All right, done with the obverses. Let's take a flip over and see what we see for the reverses. And here we go. got nothing there. Let's check the second coin, see if we find anything there. And no. Nothing there, boys and girls. Nothing there. So, Dan, that's what we got for the one pair that we're going to open for you here. You've got, what is this? Another 4 coming. So, sit tight and we'll see what comes to you. I'm going to tell you guys, if we find any other double dies in here, don't be discouraged during the show because we're opening 1 pair only for each participant. The remainder of the pairs, you can see in the parentheses down below, is how many that person's actually going to end up with. So, Malcolm, we've got a total of 4 pairs. For Malcolm, this is going to be the first one. Dun, 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 dun. I provide suspenseful music as we go along. There is a little tail on the crosslet of the 4, but what interests me more, Eric, this is different. The underneath inside here and the underneath right down here.
Huh.
Isn't that weird? Well, isn't that special? Let me turn it just a little bit and get a different angle of light on it.
Almost looks like there's some on top of the 4 too.
Yeah, but what, I mean, the top of the crosslet is a minor, little tiny minor, but we don't ever even pay attention to those. What I'm looking for here is the underneath of the crosslet down here. Looks like we have some minor doubling down there, which could actually be something. What are you thinking?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me too. Not sure. Well, we can at least take a good peek over at the other side of the design and see if it transfers over to anything else that helps us make a determination as to what we're seeing. First, the T. And this is an earlier die state coin, which makes it easy to see doubling where there is doubling, and there is not on trust. And the L, I would think it would be on the top of the L, not on the bottom, following in direction, but I don't see anything anywhere on the L. So, yeah, we're going to have to chit-chat about this one. This one's going to bring us some chit-chatting. Let's see what we can see if we've got the design upside down, see if we see it still. No. Kind of disappears when we flip it upside down.
It's got the minor tail on it.
Just this, well, this guy. But we're looking down here now. I kind of see something. But, man, that may not work for us. Primarily because there's a pretty decent chance that this wore completely off the die before you even hit mid-die state. It's definitely not easy to see. Yeah, we'll take a better look at it. Let's see what this is. This one, what is that right there? That's a hit on something that appears to be part of a dropped letter?
Could be. Could be a dropped L.
Because
it would fall off the opposite direction.
Right, yeah. This has to follow the design of what we're thinking it is. And it's hard to tell what that is, but that is actually kind of cool. It's right there on the rim. It could be a very heavy hit from another coin that is not uncommon in bags. We've got no doubling anywhere on this, but it is a very interesting little character there. I'm not even sure what that looks like it is. Definitely interesting, though. Hey there, Frosty. What's going on, my brother from another mother? We're just checking out some 1964 Lincoln cents to see what we come up with here. And, well, so far, we found a bar L double die. Kind of minor, but still there. We're actually really looking to see if we can find any one of those really superb double die reverses you can find for 1964 Lincoln cents. Doesn't happen to be popping out at us right now, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. We got a whole lot of coins in this bag. This one's not anything. Die pairs do repeat, but there is some chance of getting better than the average number of die pairs in a bag because you get so many coins. Say that we got to the end of a production run and the bag had 1,200 coins in it. Well, you got to fill it with another 3,800 coins. Guess where those come from? The next production run. So you could have mixes of 2 different production runs in one bag, and you could have up to 15, 16 different dies in a bag. We could hope for that at this point and hope that we've only hit, 5 or 6 different dies so far. So now we have chances of finding, pretty much anything. Okay, Jackalope wanted a total of 4. So we're going to change this 4. Can I have another blank?
Another blank. You can.
Thank you, sir. We're going to change this Jackalope to a Jackalope 2 because he wanted 4 total. He's already got 2 on his order, but we're going to put 2 more on there for him. There we go. It is in Cuse, Paul. That extra little mark that we saw is in Cuse. Why is this like this? This shouldn't be like this. This should be the other way around. There we go. Something didn't look right, and I finally figured it out. Okay, so for Jackalope, who is now in the batter's box, we've got 2 more pair. Sissy is at bat. Dave is in the batter's box, or actually on deck, the on-deck circle. Imagine a big penny. He's out there practicing his batting on the penny before we get going here. All right. Sissy. Let's see what Sissy gets. Let's look over here. We don't have a bar L on this one. Don't see any doubling up above, and I don't have a good eyelid there. So we're going to move over to the next coin already and see what's there. And again, nothing on the L. Still have a date to deal with, so let's see. Nope, nothing over there. Nothing on the I, so we're going to go ahead and flip these over and run to the other side and see what happens on the back side of these. Yes, I refuse to say the R-E-V-E-R-S-E word. So we're just going to call it the back side. To be nice and friendly and family friendly here, without getting into words that we don't want to say in front of our families, we'll just call it the back side. Alright, I got nothing there. Unfortunately, nothing there, so we're going to keep moving. There is one for Sissy there. Alright, Mr. Coleman's going to come up next. Then we're going to have Jackalope. After Jackalope is going to be another run for Mickey. Mickey is the only one who's come out of this with anything successfully so far. It'd be a bar L double die. Let's see what we have for other people. Wow, how interesting. Still not another one of the bar L's. And what you always hope when you get into that scenario where you've got more than one run in a bag is that you don't find a really, really nice double die and figure out that it was one at the very end of its role as a player in bags, and you end up with 20, 25 of those when you've got 400 of everything else. It's happened. It'll happen again. Oh, look at this. This might be kind of interesting. We got something tagging along on the top of the L over here. Something. It's just a dark shadow, though. I can't get it to light up. There it is, lighting up just a little bit. There we go. It's not enough, but that is a real double die. It's just not enough to list. That little tiny thing that you see on the top of the L right there, I'm going to circle it with my hand. That is what we call a vertical bar L, meaning that part of the vertical is doubled going upward. It's a doubled L in the opposite direction. It's very small, not listable, and not something that's necessarily noteworthy, but it is actually there. And if we weren't looking at it at 27,560 times, we probably wouldn't be able to see it, which is why we don't list those. But that's what that is. Let's flip it over and take a look at the reverses now. We wish, we hope, we try to find, but we never count on it. Because if we count on die varieties out of every roll, we are quickly disappointed. Eric and I have collectively been doing this for well better than a half century, and both of us know that finding the goodies takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a heck of a lot of coins. Okay, got nothing there, unfortunately. Do have that one little tiny minor bar L, but yeah, it's just not gonna sustain a quote unquote find. Got Jackalope next, Mickey on deck, and Eric in the batter circle. All three of them just came into this with these particular entries because they are all handwritten and difficult to read. I can remember back in the beginning when I started handwriting everybody's names on slips. I was always afraid that people wouldn't be able to read what I had written on there. So I spent a lot of time writing names on those. And this reminds me of that back in the day. That would have been, 2019, I guess, when I started doing reveals? Or was it 18? I think it was 18. Yeah, 18 I started doing reveals. My first reveal was a half roll of 1946D, I believe.
I did not get in until about 25.
Yeah, I think it was a 46D half roll, a 25-cent roll. I don't think we found much of anything in it. It might have been a minor double die or something, or minor RPM, I mean. But, yeah, we didn't find much of anything in that. It wasn't a really big one. It took us a while to get to a roll where we actually found something really nice. I think my first really nice find in a roll reveal, my first really nice find was in a 1956 proof roll. I found not only the FS listed DDO, but also the FS listed DDR in that roll. There were two big hello moments in there. Always hope to run into a hello moment, but you know what? It's still fun if we don't. But, man, it sure makes a difference if we do. Got nothing on either one of these. I would be describing what we're finding if it weren't completely normal coins. But unfortunately, most of what we're finding today is exactly that. Just completely normal coins. Alright, let's try. Next up will be Mickey, on deck Eric, and in the batter circle, Mark. Mickey is up next. Let's see what Mickey gets. We've only got a few more of these pairs to go through, and we'll be done with this particular reveal. I want to let you know that we will be having a reveal show tomorrow evening where I will sell a few more rolls. And definite plans to get through a whole stack of these rolls. Hey, look at that. That's another one of our bar L's. That's the one.
What?
A
little scratch on the
Oh, the rooster scratch, the rooster head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we should have an up and down die scratch next to the 1. There it is. So this is the same die again, where we have this bar L. We're going to be pulling coins for everybody. There's going to be a lot more coins come out of this bag, and we're probably going to find some more of these. But what I was going to say is we are going to run a couple of more rolls coming up tomorrow evening. We're going to run a roll reveal show. And then I'm going to get down, dirty, and busy doing reveals for you guys this week. Second coin doesn't appear to have anything. The one thing that we do know is we've already seen the reverse side of the 1 coin that had the bar L, so we kind of know that we're not going to see a double die reverse there. But we're going to look at the other coin first, see if maybe there's a chance. Oh, hell, who are we fooling? There's always a chance. Now here is the reverse side of the bar L coin. Nothing there. Could you believe both of the bar L's that we found so far are for Mickey?
That's Mickey again?
Yep, that's Mickey again. Mickey now has 2 of the bar L's. And you would have to think, since Mickey comes by the house and helps me ship things and helps me work on Copper Coins stuff, that I might have somehow found a way to slide him in. But I tell you what, if I was successful at doing that, I could be successful at winning the lottery with only 1 chance. And I can guarantee you, I probably wouldn't be sitting here doing this if I had a couple of $100 million in my hand. Oh, looky there. Nope, that's not it. That's the other die with an up and down there. Oh, no, it isn't. That is it. So Eric Maith gets 1. Let's see. There's our little rooster head on the top of the R. There we go. There's little hairs up there. So Eric gets 1 of them. Oh, let's go look at the second coin, and it is not 1 of them. Reverse sides now? Let's see. You never know when we're going to run across a reverse we haven't yet seen. So let's just keep looking. Both of us are starting to waste out, and it's only 8:30. Dude, we're old.
Yeah, a lot of driving.
Yeah, right?
A lot of moving around.
We've done a lot of scooting around this week. Been to Georgia and back. Drove around quite a bit while we were in Georgia. Took the scenic route getting over there. Drove through a bunch of mountains. It was actually kind of nice. It was kind of fun. I've had a wonderful week. Now time to get down to business and get dirty again.
I get to drive all day tomorrow.
And Eric gets to drive all the way home tomorrow. So we've got Mark up first and on deck, and in the batter circle we have Dirty Water. Dirty Water coins. And he shows up just in time. Let's see. Yeah, we do have a find. It's not the most wonderful, great find, but at least we found something. It is a Bar L coin. A Bar L double die. We've only seen 1 double die. In this bag, we have 3 examples of it, though, so far. So that's going to tell me, with as few coins as we have managed to pull out so far, we're probably going to find a literal ton of Bar L's between all of us. Okay, this is the reverse side of the first coin. Not seeing anything there. And the second coin, unfortunately, not any better. Not any better at all. All right. So that is the end of that particular pair for Mark. Going to go ahead and run the auction Tuesday prior to shipping packages for this past weekend this week. If you've already got items that I owe you from the last auction and you bid on items and win in this auction, you will not be charged any extra shipping. Your shipping will be taken care of. All right, Stan is going to be next, then Dirty Water, then Mike. That would be Michael Hernandez. Let's see what we have here. Oh, would you look at that? Let's see. What do we have here? Okay, that is nothing. And let's see. Do we have anything on trust by chance? Not really. And nothing on the date either. I haven't seen one of those weird looking ones with the stuff at the bottom of the date. That is a little die scratch at the bottom of the 4 on that one. Let's take a look at their other coin. This is the other one. Look what we've got. We've got the markers for a bar L. And there it is. There's our bar underneath the L right there. That little stick sticking straight down from the middle of the L is a very minor yet listable double die. And a look at the reverse side on both of these coins is going to show us that we have nothing on that coin. Let's take a look at this one. See what we have here. You guys can probably hear my dog snoring over in the background. We were gone for a few days. Eric and I were. And when we came back, the dog was overjoyed to see us. So overjoyed that he came into the office with us and immediately fell asleep. Hey, I'll tell you what, that means your dog is comfortable, right? They're comfortable with you when they can actually trust you enough to start snoring when they go to sleep. Very comfortable dog. Mine is extremely comfortable. All right, Taco John in the batter circle. Mike is on deck, and Dirty Water comes up next. And Dirty Water's coins look just like this. It's another time I've seen that. Looks like a bit of a column around the T.
That's the first coin, I think.
Yeah, it's one of them. Liberty. Yeah, it's one of the first ones we looked at earlier. That is Eric's voice behind me. For those that you don't know, Eric is in office with me. We are together right now. So anybody say hello to Eric? He is actually live right now. Let's see. Our other coin. Nothing doing. Nothing obverse on these. Let's take a look at the backside. Nothing going on there. Pretty late die state. This one has a lot of that spider veining thing, that vein of soap stain that was on the planchet at the time the coins were struck. It just turns brown as it oxidizes through the years in the bag. And we got nothing on either one of these coins. Unfortunately, this one's going to Dirty Water. But, hey, there are going to be a lot of double dies. I pulled your rolls before I got into the reveal. So, here's one for Mike. And our last one is going to be Donald Lehman. Mike now. Pair of coins for you. Let's see what happens. it is not a bar L. This is an earlier dice date one. Pretty decent looking coin, nonetheless. Let's take a look at the other one. No bar L there either. So kind of a skunk, but let's check the reverse and see if there is anything on these reverses. We haven't found anything reverse in this bag yet. But I'm telling you that this bag is a huge number of coins compared to what we start here with in the reveal. So there could be something in the bag that we've not yet run across or seen during the reveal. There is still that chance, boys and girls. Oddities happen. Statistics would say that so far we've probably seen every die pair that's in this bag, but that isn't necessarily always the truth. Could have happened, may not have. We'll find out as we go through more of these after we get everybody's pairs together and mailed out. There's what am I flipping anything for? Taco John, is up next to bat. And Donald is on deck. Let's see what we have here. Is that? It looks like it. I think it is.
It is.
It is. I'm having. Oh, there it is. Okay. Little dice scratch going up next to the one. Definitely one of our doubled eyelids. Oh, not doubled eyelids. Bar L. My brain is not working right today. There we go. There's the rest of the obverse on that one. Let's take a look at the other coin now. And the other coin is that farm dog coin that doesn't necessarily really have much of a bar, but it kind of looks like it sort of does. So we've seen the reverse side on both of these die pairs. However, we're going to take a really quick peek again. Just kind of run around it real quick and see if we could possibly have missed anything. This actually looks a little thick, but yeah, I can't really give it any merit, but it kind of looks a little thick. Eric's having a fight with his phone.
Yeah, it was muted, and all of a sudden it popped on, and muted again, and popped on again.
Really? All right. Both of these are going to be normal coins. And that's Taco John's first pair. It looks like, out of what we found so far, seems rather likely that we've seen all the different die pairs in this bag, and the only die pair that really has any true merit is a minor bar L on the obverse under Liberty, and there could be 400 or 500 of these in this bag. So chance that you get one out of 10, 15 pairs. It's pretty good, actually. There's another one of those. I'm really leaning toward double die there.
That one shows better than the last one did.
That one does. This one shows better than the last one did. It looks like
inside the bar, the diagonal of the 4 also.
Yeah. And what we're looking at is right here and then right down here. It may turn out to be a listable double die. Who's winning between Eric and his phone?
The phone.
The phone, for sure. It's never been a battle with technology that Eric wins. Actually, Eric did a pretty good job in building my new computer. We are on my new computer right now. Brand new computer. And so new that I haven't even gotten all the settings where I want them yet. And probably won't for another week. But That's something I thank Eric for, because if it had been up to me to try to build a new computer, I'd still be in the Stone Ages, and we still wouldn't be doing this reveal, which is what I tried to do with my old computer when I found out it was time to make a move to replace that computer, because it wasn't giving me video on OBS anymore. Couldn't do anything with it. And this is going to wrap up this particular show. We are going to work toward getting some reveals ready for tomorrow morning. I have one appointment tomorrow. I've got to get ready for that appointment tomorrow. However, we will have time for a couple of reveals, and then we're going to be doing a reveal show at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Eric will still be headed home at that point in time, so I'll be doing that show alone with you. We're only going to sell a couple of rolls just to add on to the pile that I already have sitting here waiting for me to do. But we'll get that done tomorrow, and then we'll do the regular auction on Tuesday. So we'll see you later. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you next time.